The road to the 2020 Kentucky Derby continues. This time we go east, and it's the venerable Withers Stakes from the Big A, Aqueduct Racetrack. Let's take a look at this 8-horse field. And I thought this was a very good handicapping puzzle. This is the type of race that I really like to look at. You don't have a big favorite under even money. You've got horses shipping in from 4 different racetracks. And so you've got to kind of quantify some of those speed figures. As they say, it's not how you run, it's not whether you run fast, it's how you run fast. And I think we'll see that in a few of these horses that have some big speed figures, but I'm not quite sure the visual impression of them matches up to some of their big numbers. Let's start at the rail. We've got Mr. Shortandsimple. Of course, he's a son of the Pioneer of the Nile. And big victory last time out, picked up the win in a claiming $50,000 race. Now he moves up in class. The last time out he was facing non-winners of 2 lifetime. But remember, the first 3 months of the year, a lot of these horses are really, even the stakes races, are non-winners of 2. His speed figures are a little bit light. He's ran 4 times, and his top speed figure has been 79. In his most recent outing, he had a 76. I think Mr. Shortandsimple is going to have to improve by about 10 Brisnet speed figure points to really be competitive in this spot. I'm envisioning a 94 or 95 Brisnet speed figure as these horses cross the finish line. Monday Morning Quarterback is a shipper from Laurel, picked up a victory in the Heft Stakes the last time. Another one who got a 93 Brisnet speed figure, and I thought it actually was a little bit better than that. Kind of had to steady a few times and then went 4 wide into the stretch, chased down a lone speed type horse, and then picked up the 3/4 length victory. But he seemed to gallop out okay, and the pedigree is a little bit more of a Maryland regional base type pedigree. Not for Love is the broodmare sire, and he was one of the top sires in Maryland for a while. So Monday Morning Quarterback, I think the price is right, 4-1 on the morning line. Max Player is 9-2. He's the son of Honor Code, this is his first crop. Now, Honor Code's best victory was probably the Met Mile. He ran in some other distance races, ran solid in the Whitney, ran in the Breeders' Cup Classic, but really, you know, that's kind of going to be determined what he throws as a sire. He was kind of, a lot of people still thought he was best at 1-turn mile, late running sprinter, maybe 9 furlongs max, and so we'll see where his foals go. But he did get a good crop of mares in his first batch, and they are now 3-year-olds. He's had some winners, and I really like the way they look. And this guy, he got an 89 Brisnet speed figure in the 4-length victory last time out. I thought the track was a little dead that day at Parks, so I could envision here in his 3rd lifetime race, and now switching surfaces, I could see a 93, 94 speed figure for Max Player. I think he's a contender coming from just off the pace, and I think he should like the 1.125 distance. That's a key factor for the Withers Stakes. It is a 1.125, and it's just early February. So which of these horses are more of those grinder types? The pace tends to be a little bit slower on average than when they cut back to that 1 mile Gotham and then stretch back out to the 1.125 Wood Memorial Stakes. So you get a little bit different group of horses in the Withers, usually more of a plotter type, and they're lightly raced. And the pace is a little bit slower. New Commission, 15-1 in the morning line. Another one that ships in from Laurel. His best victory was at Parks, a 12-length victory. Lifetime 5 starts. I'm not sure he has the ability to improve here in a spot like this. New Commission, I think he's a kind of a front runner, and I think he's going to face other contested pace pressure in this race, even though the fractions may not be fast. Shotski, a son of Blame, upset the field at 8-1 the last time out. That was at Aqueduct. Private purchase earlier this year in 2019. I think the key factor for Shotski, you have to really look at that Remsen. That was a 1.125 race. The pace was slow that day. Now the track was a little bit slow as well, but the race flow on all of the main races for the Cigar Mile, the Remsen Stakes, the Demoiselle, they all favored the front runners. Not necessarily on the inside, but I do think some horses took advantage to saving ground that day. I'm not sure yet I can say it was an inside speed bias, but I would say that horses on the pace ran farther and finished stronger than I expected him to. So Shotski to me is a little bit of an underlay. He is a nice horse. He's got 2 victories, but anything less than 2-1 is an underlay for me on Shotski, and I'm not quite sold that he really is a 9 furlong horse. Prince of Pharaohs, another one that ran in a classier race, the Jerome Stakes with Independence Hall, who we'll see next in the Sam F. Davis a week from now. But I think Prince of Pharaohs, he ran on that day. I think he's another one that could be near the lead at 8-1. Sometimes these races, the race flow really favors horses that are up and near the pace. So that's where Prince of Pharaohs may have a chance to try to steal it. Vanzzy, shipping down from Woodbine, son of Verrazano, and Verrazano's been a disappointment as a sire. I like the fact that he ran those 7 furlong races and 1 mile races. Sometimes those 7 furlong horses do really well at 9 furlongs. I think that's his best case to be made here. It's his first race back off. He's going from synthetic back to dirt. He did run at Parks earlier in 2019. November 5th, that was actually a pretty strong race he ran in that Philadelphia race. So I think Vanzzy, the price is right. The question is, Shotski maybe isn't going to be as good, and can he apply some pressure on the front end to horses like Prince of Pharaohs? Rounding out the field is Portos, trained by Todd Pletcher, 10-length victory at Aqueduct the last time. Bred to run all day, tap it out of a Tisnow mare. Portos making his 5th lifetime start. Did face a nice horse in Enforceable in his first lifetime race, and started his career all with distance races, 2 mile and a 16th races, and then a mile and an 1/8 race. He's bred to run all day, and he's definitely more the plotter type, and these are the types that win the Withers Stakes. So I don't think he's ever really going to be a true Derby contender. I think he knows where to be spotted, and he's going to run in these distance races and really just kind of plot along. But Portos, definitely a contender, along with Shotski and also, I believe, Max Player. Who do you like in the Withers Stakes? Do you think it's going to be a fast pace or a slow pace? Leave a note below, hit subscribe. We've got previews up of the Robert B. Lewis, also previews of the Holy Bull Stakes, and we'll wrap it all next week as we do recap videos of all 3, plus how the fillies are doing on the Oaks side. Racing you up to the 2020 Kentucky Derby.